Hello everybody, my name is Richard Vigorelli. I am your guide for everything Chinese medicine. And I set it all up so as Westerners can figure it out. Now, this is going to be a little bit different from my usual format because we're doing a case study today. Because I want to do a case study. So, the laws in my country, being the United States, I am bound by certain things where I cannot discuss an actual person with you. So, we're going to use somebody in fiction. And unless you've been living under a rock for the past, century or two, you'll know who this person is. So, patient is a 35-year-old male, and his chief complaint is physical pain, a little bit of depression. So immediately we are already looking towards one specific organ, that being the liver. Why? Pain, which is stagnation, and depression, which is stagnation. Liver stagnates. It's what it does. Upon questioning, the individual has been training most of his life. He is in peak physical condition, especially for his age. However, he has had a whole host of injuries. He has been in battle. He has been stabbed, shot, burned, both with fire and with chemicals, and been driven to the point of madness on more than one occasion. Upon examination of the body, we find multiple damaged joints, specifically in the knees, ankles, shoulders, and wrists, along with a couple of spinal fusions in the low back. How he is able to do what he does is beyond me. There are also several scar tissue groupings showing lacerations, punctures, blowouts, likely from bullets, and melted skin from chemical burns. Upon further inquiry into this patient's past, he has been an orphan since the age of 12. However, because of his affluence, he was able to grow up very, very well. So, my prescription, based on my diagnosis, is as follows. This individual is suffering from severe post-traumatic stress disorder, coupled with an isolated personality, thus causing the liver to stagnate. Why do I say this? Well, it is because of what the liver does in Chinese medicine. The liver stores blood. The liver also secures the smooth movement of qi. If the liver is damaged, blood will stagnate, as will qi. Now here's the important part about blood. Blood stores emotion. Therefore, the liver also stores emotion. And if the liver gets overloaded, it will complicate what is called the shen, which is the spirit of the heart. Because the liver is made out of wood, you need wood to make a fire. The heart is made out of fire. So, my prescription for him, based on all of this, will be in depth because of the age of the condition. This is much more than simple bodily fatigue from somebody jumping around and fighting bad guys all the time in a costume. This individual, I would use a system called the 8 Extraordinary Vessels. Feel free to Google it. This is used for very long-term conditions, very mentally oriented conditions. And given his past and the deep-seated nature of it, I would be using Yin Wei and Yin Chao extraordinary vessels, because he needs to move past and rectify his time in order to cure this mental condition. But, Richard, you say, he came in with a physical condition. His body just hurts. Yes, and I can sink as many needles as I want into him every single day, every single hour if I want, and it'll only be palliative until he deals with his past. So, in order to do this, I would open the channels first with Yin Chao, being the kidney 6 point at the bottom of the ankle, and then I would open Yin Wei here at PC6. Then I would set my other needles. One of the more important ones is going to be gallbladder 34, because that's going to impact the liver directly and also fix his joints. Then I'm going to go to spleen 10. I am also going to go right here at Ren 23, known as the alchemic altar, so that he can start to transform things and become a much more whole person. I would also do 20, Yin Chao, which is right here between the eyes. Very relaxing point. You stroke a cat there, they'll be your buddy. And a whole host of others depending on what else he's going on with and what else he's presenting. I would then close after no more than 15 to 20 insertions at PC6 to close the Yin Wei, and kidney 6 on the other side, both on the opposite side as the openings, to close the Yin Chao. Let them cook for 20 minutes. We're done. His herbal formulation. Well, I would actually give him a ointment that I myself have created that I use, because I've separated both of my shoulders before and had class 3 sprains on both ankles. So when I train, I get injured pretty easily. I would use this as a topical ointment, and then internally I would do something very similar that he could use as what's called a PRN, which means per required need. He's not dealing with anything infectious or anything metabolic necessarily, so he doesn't need to do a hard dosing as I would with other individuals. So if you haven't figured out who this guy is, it's Bruce Wayne, Batman. This is how I would treat him. Because of the faults that he found when he was 12 years old, watching his parents be murdered in front of his eyes, it drove him insane, into depression and loneliness. His greatest fear is connecting with anyone. Therefore, we need to teach him how to connect with someone. Because of the impact of this on the liver, he has to train a great deal in order to maintain his overt sanity. This is, of course, going to damage his joints and further complicate the liver and eventually the spleen. The good news is he has a genius intellect, so his spleen can probably take quite a beating. However, his body will eventually give out. Scientists, better than me, by the way, have actually looked at this individual and said, he's only got 3 years of this job, and his body says, done, no more, we can't do this. I, by the way, do not own this property. Batman is wholly owned and run by Time Warner Corporation and DC Comics. All honors go to them. So, I do plan on doing more of these in the future. If you have a character or individual from history or fiction, please feel free to leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to take a look at it and see what I would do as an acupuncturist and master herbalist for that individual. So, if you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below. I think it's somewhere around over here maybe. And hit the bell. And give us a like and a comment. And if you would like to speak to me directly, feel free to visit my website at vigintmed.com. That is Vigorelli, Integrated Medicine.com. I will see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.